All right, YouTube, it is Mr. Mean coming at you this fine Tuesday evening. I hope everyone is doing well. Let's make sure this thing is. Put it in here. I hope everyone is doing well. I just had a great text from my buddy Brian, and his text was, we're going to read this real quick, said, picked these up earlier at local game store, made me think of a topic for your YouTube. What are your top used non-rule supplements? Like these, for example, the Book of Names, NPC book, cross-system stuff. And I replied, man, you're gold. Keep them coming. And he said, I'm like your showrunner. And I laughed because Brian is awesome. And he's been a good friend for many, many years. So it made me think, yeah, what do you guys use? Non-rules supplements. So not necessarily something from said game designer or game company that you use to help you run a better game. Well, for me, when I was running, these are in no particular order, of course. When I'm running Fallout years ago, and I don't even know the date on this. I've had this for a while. Let's see if I can see a date on here. It doesn't have a date. But it's the this was the collector's edition Bethesda Vault Dweller Survival Guide. There's no game mechanics in here for the tabletop RPG, but this is such a wealth of information. There was a cool poster with neighborhoods and stuff. And I had a FedEx slip I was using as a bookmark. So there's just so much good information. Let's go this way. There we go. Such good information in here just about the world of Fallout that, the core rule book and any of the supplements don't always necessarily contain. So for me, it's on the shelf with my Fallout books because I consider it an invaluable resource for, the game. I mean, and if you're in the Commonwealth and you need, you need to know stuff, it's got tons of information in here. There's all the quests in here. Now, this is for the computer game, but, of course, it's a ton of information in here. Brotherhood of Steel, there's faction. I mean, there's just tons and tons. The names of all the weapons. If it's not in the core rule book for the RPG, you could make it based off of what's in here. And of course, the mechanics that you have in the rule book. So this for me is my go-to book for Fallout from Modiphius. And I just went back today on my lunch break and I was watching my live play that I did with Cosmic Flux, Soledad Dragon, Buddha, and Windmark. And what a fun watch it was, man. I had a blast. So if you haven't checked that out, go back in the archives there and check it out. It was a lot of fun to record that. We did 2 sessions, and it was a hoot. So yeah, that's one. Another one for me for any fantasy game I run is from Pickpocket Press by Stephen Grodzinski, is the Adventure Framework. Now this is adventures. This is just a shit ton of adventures. But the thing is, it's made for low fantasy gaming, but you could use this for any fantasy-based or even a post-apocalyptic game, zombie apocalypse. There's a number of adventures in here that are well fleshed out with really good maps, NPC motivations, all kinds of good stuff in here. And you don't have to use the game mechanics in here. So this is it does have game mechanics in it, but it's mainly just a crap ton of adventures that you can pull inspiration from and or ideas. So yeah, Adventure Framework 1. I need to get number 2, and I think they're out actually on number 3 now, but that's a good one. Another good one, I'm a huge fan of Slay Industries. And so a young lady named Floker. She's real big on the forums and stuff for, I think, Facebook and their Discord for Slay Industries. She put out a fanzine. So fanzines are a great way. I think this was $10 off a Kickstarter. This is a great way to get inspiration or names, you know, just generic information that you wouldn't necessarily think of. So always look at your fanzines. If you're an OSR fan, there's tons of OSR fanzines out there that are available in PDF as well as physical print. So definitely look at those. You can get tons of inspiration. I mean, just the cover alone with the cover art is, oh, the glossiness here is, you know, one of the things of Slay is it's always raining on Mort. But this is just got a bunch of great information in it. The art is really good. Bunch of spooky stuff, you know, carrion killers and you know, Halloween Jack. Yeah. Real time capsule, you know, just all kinds of just flavor information in here that will give you inspiration and or thoughts or designs on your next adventure, or an NPC, you know, or a main villain or a main character, you know, NPC that the players are going to deal with. So fanzines, another great resource to utilize. I have the cities book and I have the NPC shopkeeper, and I can't find them. I know I have them somewhere. They're in the library. Another good one, those that follow the channel quite a bit know that I'm a huge Castles and Crusades fan. And so I saw that they had the Trail Guide to Aired out, and it's only a couple dollars. I picked it up. It's $10. And I picked it up, and this is just basically a third party, you know, a fictitious person's journal of traveling through Aird. But there's great insight and information in here. No rules. There's not a lick of rules in this. It is all just flavor text and a treatise written by the author, this fictitious character. The trail journals, 2 of 3, of Maximilian Vincent of Crestview, scholar, monk, mercenary, and adventurer. And there's even a picture of him, so you can see what he looks like. But these are a great source of inspiration and non-game mechanics that you can put into your game for setting locations, NPCs, monsters, that maybe you just want the flavor text. You don't need the stats. You've got your own monster in mind, and you want, you know, there's a nice, you know, you read this and you're like, ooh, that cave worm sounds like it could be, you know, a tunneler, and it could be, you know, terrorizing, and da-da-da, you know, and you can use the description that he gives in here to give to your players. So yeah, again, no particular order or anything of how I like those or don't, you know, use those. They're just resources that come to mind for me when I'm running a game or I'm looking to create world setting information or NPC information or just statistical data for my game. There's tons of resources out there, you know, so use the internet, use your use your library. There's a number of books out there for, like, you know, city creation, strongholds and castles, I think by Matt Colville. Great resource book if you want to give your players a castle or they get a rundown castle and they need to repair it. It has rules in there, but again, we're not worried about the rules so much as we're looking at inspiration and or knowledge that we can import into our own game. So I want to give a big shout out to Bry. Thank you, buddy. That was a great topic. It was a quick video, 10-minute video here. We don't need to beat on the subject. I hope you found some information out of this. And as always, peace and hair grease. Like and subscribe. That's, you know, YouTube tells me I have to do that in every video. And support the channel, Patreon, buy me a coffee, you know, like and subscribe. All those things really help out the channel. Leave a comment below. What's your resources? What do you use when you're game developing or game designing or prepping for your Friday night, Saturday night, session, Thursday night session, whatever it may be? What products do you use? Let us know, because it might be something new to me, and I might have to go pick it up. So anyway, I hope you all got some use out of this. Thank you so much, and as always, peace and hair grease. And remember, as always, Mr. Mean says, be nice.